Hi, my name is David Jones, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to migrate your old wallet over to the new wallet. This is the migration process, and I will take you through the steps. This is the Billion Coin Academy TBC Made Simple, the video series. So just buckle up and let's get right to it. I log into my Kringle back office. This is where the migration process takes place, and after you are logged in, you will notice that over to the left on the menu side we have the dashboard tab, the help desk tab, and then we have the migration tab. This is where it all begins, folks. The migration tab. This is what we need here. We just click on that tab and that will take us to the first question in the series of 10 that you will have to answer correctly to get to the migration stage. At the end of each correctly answered question, you will be told in this space up here that the question was answered correctly and you'll be taken to the next one. It's a form of multiple choice, and as such, if you get an answer incorrect, you will be given an opportunity to try again. So in essence, you really don't lose here. This process is really to familiarize you with some of the stipulations, rules, regulations, whatever you may care to call it, by which TBC is bound, and by which, if members adhere to, will have a wonderful experience in TBC for all. So let us begin. I'll be going through these questions rather quickly. I will not read the body of the question per se, as in the information surrounding it, but I'll just be verbally voicing the question for you before I select the answer. What determines the value of our coin? As living men and women are more valuable than gold, and they agree to add their value to the value of our coin, it appreciates in value as each new member joins the community. This is the correct answer. You hit continue after you've answered a question. You'll see, as I said, you answered question 1 correctly. We are on to question 2. Are you allowed to transact with our coin at any price of your choosing? No, we are not. Our coin is part of a private community, and you have to conduct all transactions at the published current price only. Continue. Third question. Are refunds available if those coins become illegal within the country of the purchaser? Well, the answer to that is no, because it is the buyer's responsibility to know the laws of their own country, and 100% of the risk of purchasing something that later becomes unlawful is upon the buyer only. Question 4. Is it wise to challenge the powers that be by belonging to a private community that has chosen to go its own way towards the ideal of abundance? Yes. The only hope humanity has comes from spreading truth and righteousness in spite of the evil nature of the world at large. Continue. Is it possible to ever end poverty for all on earth? Yes. While the plan may seem to be too simple, clearly the sheer scope of the numbers involved in this plan to end poverty globally makes it more than possible. Continue. Can we do something about not starving to death as robots take over all our jobs? Yes, TBC is the correct answer, because it is better than a money system is driven by the people instead of the elite, and the community embraces the truth about abundance. Isn't it vital to my success within the TBC community to personally know the identity of the admin? Seriously, that's false. What would knowing the admin's identity do for your success? Your success is based on you, your perception of the program that you're in, and your attitude towards it, and how you conduct yourself going forward. Continue. Question 8. Isn't greed a good motivator for those of us in TBC to build a life of true abundance? No, greed is never a good motivator for anything, and that's why the world is the way that it is today. Question 9. Isn't my voice too small to make a difference in the overall success of TBC? No, we need you too to find your voice and to stand up for your freedom. Collectively, all our small voices will become one large voice. Question number 10. It shouldn't matter if I choose to express a negative opinion in a public forum. I have a right to do so, correct? No, that is incorrect, because when you spread your negativity out in the public, such as Facebook, you not only jeopardize your purchase of TBC coins and their value, but it brings harm to the entire TBC community. And the best thing that you can do rather than do that would be to meet up with a leader and to discuss your situation, your concerns privately, so that resolution can be arrived at for you and the community at large. So when we have completed this, now we will click finish, and there you see we have completed the 10-question questionnaire, and our next step will now be to go to click this link here, tbc009.net, and that will take us to the migration. That's where we actually set up the new wallet. Now, that brings us basically to the end of this video. I'll just say in closing that we are told here in red to make sure you record your password somewhere, because if you forget it, it's not recoverable. And we are also told up here to make sure and use, well, in my case, it's the friendlymarket@gmail.com. That's the email address I started with. And it actually tells you, even if you're not clear, what email address you should use up here. So you should not be going into the actual registration of the new wallet and decide you're going to use a new address. That certainly will not do. You're told the amount of coins you have that will be transferred over to your new wallet. That's a manual process. It takes between 2 to 3 days. And you'll get an email from the Commissioner at Billing Coin when that is completed. Subsequently, what you can do, if you choose to, when you come into your Kringle back office, say in a few days from now, you can click on the migration tab, and it will tell you under that tab how far they have gotten, whether your coins have been moved over or not. Again, you see the email here that you're to use when you go to register the new wallet, and it says it is highly recommended to use the same email address tied to your web wallet or Kringle Cash account. So the email that you even use to log into your Kringle Cash, that's the email associated with the new wallet. Once you have finished registering, and you can see the wallet address, you copy and paste it, and you put it right here in this box that you see activated. You put it in that box, and that is where you will paste it. Now, you may have seen a number of addresses come up there just now. That's because I have been helping people migrate. And that's basically it. That's all there is to migration. So thank you for watching this video, and join me for the next video where I will take you now into the actual registering for the new wallet. So you can say this has been step 1 of the migration process. I do thank you for watching. This has been David Jones, over and out.